So this here is our first building, the student council building for St. Clair College. Let's see. And the street we're on is Victoria Avenue. And right ahead of us is the St. Clair College Mediaplex. Take a quick look down University Avenue here. Nice building there. It says here, welcome to the Mediaplex. Hi, how's it going?
Alright.
Can I do a video inside?
Do they know you're coming inside?
No.
No, then no.
Okay, sounds good. So, it looks like they're not letting anybody in to do videos unless you book a reservation. There's probably a huge process involved that I don't want to deal with. So right across the street there is the old fish market building, which was turned into Rocket Innovation Studios, which is a part of Rocket Mortgage, and it's a step of Dan Gilbert, one of the big developers in downtown Detroit, moving into the Canadian side to bring Rocket Mortgage into Canada. Over there is the Adventure Bay, and next to it is the bus station. Right in front of us is the School of Social Work at the University of Windsor. So, this is the Windsor Hall. So it looks like you need a proximity card to get inside. So right over there is a Town Place Suites Marriott. They actually have good hotel rooms there. I've been there once before. They have a really good continental breakfast as well. The rooms are very large. I don't know if that applies to all the rooms, but the one my brother rented when he was down here was pretty big. Very nice. So this used to be the Windsor Star printing press, and then they gave it to the University of Windsor to develop into the School of Social Work. And they also got about $25 million in grants from the city and province to do that. Over there is the Windsor Public Library. Over here is the Chrysler headquarters. They call it the Chrysler building. And the Zekelman School of Business is on the main floor and basement, which is part of the St. Clair College campus downtown. So here's the Windsor Star building. Very nice architecture in front. So over there's a Chrysler Theater. It used to be called the Clair Center before they gave it to St. Clair College. And you can also see downtown Detroit across the Detroit River there with the high rises. They also got my favorite building over there. My favorite classic skyscraper, which is the Penobscot. And then across the street from it into downtown Detroit is that red terracotta building, which is another skyscraper. So it's a Guardian building. It's 40 stories, 496 feet, which is just the minimum to reach skyscraper status. And then that Gothic building, that Gothic revival looking building over there, next to it is called used to be called the Comerica Bank building, because the headquarters for Comerica Bank, which was a over 100-year-old bank that was operating in downtown Detroit, and then they decided to move their headquarters to Texas. So it later became the Ally Financial Bank, or some people call it the One Detroit Center. And then over there, those four smaller towers that are surrounding that large cylindrical tower is the Renaissance Center. That's the other 5 skyscrapers in downtown Detroit. So Detroit has currently 8 skyscrapers, and Dan Gilbert's building a 9th one on the former Hudson Bay department store site. So this here is Ferry Street in Riverside. So it's across the street. So they call this building St. Clair College Center for the Arts. So this is the lower level Essex rooms. This billboard with current events. So, looks like here's an exit. Don't know if it just goes outside. But go this way. Emergency exits. Okay. Doesn't look like we can go upstairs from here. Okay. I like how everything's nice, clean, and modern and new. So we got a nice selection of visitor information. So this is the hotel lobby. Doesn't look like there's access to the hotel from there. We have to go all the way around. As I recall, there's just the large banquet hall up here. So, just another banquet hall access. And another nice view of Detroit there. So those were just live classrooms. I didn't want to bother anybody by talking in that area. I think this is, no, that's door's locked. So that was a tour of the Chrysler Center for the Arts building. So you have drafting and drawing and other classrooms going on in there. And on this side of the Zekelman School of Business is the Keg. It's a good restaurant to visit if you're ever in the area. So the street coming up is Pitt Street. Have another look at the University of Windsor. So the Windsor Public Library just occupies the back side of the Paul Martin building that fronts Olette Avenue. They used to have a much better looking public library that was up on Olette, past Wynot there. So
here.
You have that one.
I am so sorry.
So this is the entrance of the Zekelman School of Business. Here's the entrance for Chrysler headquarters. That there's a CIBC building with the Loose Goose restaurant out front. It's a very good restaurant. If you're ever down here, you should check it out. There you can see Caesars Windsor in the distance. Some nice high rises. Let's see the Zekelman School of Business in the Chrysler building there. So this is Riverside Drive again, with a view of the Detroit skyline. Across the river you could see a new hotel being built where the Joe Louis Arena is. Okay, let's cross the street. And that there is the Paul Martin building. That was donated by the federal government to the city of Windsor as a surplus building. And the reason we got it is because there was a condition there that you have to use it. So that's why the city moved the public library into the building behind that used to be the post office warehouse. Okay. Hopefully the light changes. Oh, it changed. And our next stop will be the Armouries building. That's used as a art center for the University of Windsor. So we'll take another look of the Paul Martin building. Nicely done in limestone. There was a very costly renovation done recently to the facade. Beautiful door that got knocked over there. It's a shame. This is Chatham Street. Okay, we'll just do what they're doing. So over there is Turbo Nightclub. They had announced recently that they're opening up a nightclub arcade in the basement with about 25 arcade machines. I'm not sure how the payment schedule works for that, because it might be an hourly rate instead of pay per use. And here's the Armouries. I used to house the Essex and Scottish Regiment, and then they moved to 4007 Sandwich Street and built up brand new armories there. So this ended up being a surplus building. So over here is the original front entrance to it. And later on they built this Windsor Star building next to it, blocking it off from Oled Avenue. But it used to be like grassy land all the way up to Oled Avenue. So here you have the Romanesque Revival arches. Very beautiful. We'll see if we can get inside and have a tour. If you have the same issue with the other building where you need a special pass key to get in. It says on the top, VR 1900. Beautiful turret on front. Yep, doors are locked. Not a surprise. Over there is Popeyes. Used to be a Burger King, and I guess they couldn't make a go at it, so another franchise is taking a swing at it. There's another building for the University of Windsor. So this campus is called the Alum Weidman Center for Creative Arts. Take another pan of the other building. That old Art Deco building there is the wind tunnel for the Detroit Tunnel. So they have big turbines there that spin air, that provides air for the tunnel going under the Detroit River to the United States. Structure ahead of us is the tunnel entrance and customs office to go to the United States from Canada. We got a nice church. Here's the rear. That there's a Canada building undergoing renovations from offices into residential communities. The Scotiabank next to it. And over there is the 4 Points by Sheraton Hotel. Let's see here, locked, unlocked, locked. Okay. Over there is the new City Hall. One more view of the Waterloo campus here. So coming ahead of us are two nice high-rises. One is the Royal Terrace in front, and behind it is the Victoria Park Place, which is the second tallest building in Windsor, 31 stories. Here we're at Park and Dougall Avenue. There is a public parking garage. So let's see another view of the Royal Terrace. There's the Royal Victoria Park Place. There's a nice structure in a Romanesque revival. It's the Throne of Grace Church. I believe this building here, this apartment building, is called the Carnegie Apartments. It used to be Carnegie Library, and they tore it down and built the apartments. Coming up is the Royal Windsor Apartments, and behind it is Versacare, which is a retirement home. So the Royal Windsor is located at 280 Park West. It's got some interesting architecture in it. Nice This 4-story structure does have an elevator. This is Dougall coming up. Over there is a Salvation Army shelter. So that concludes our trip for downtown campuses. If you like this video, please click like and subscribe, and I'll bring you some more videos. So hopefully I'll see you in the next video.